The sister of North Korean leader Kim Jong Un has warned of a new response against the South if it continues loudspeaker broadcasts and leaflet scattering over the shared border. In a statement carried by Pyongyang state news agency on Sunday, Kim Yo Jong said that the South, quote, will undoubtedly witness the new counteraction of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea using the North's official name. The South's military said on Sunday it had switched the loudspeakers directed at the North back on, releasing footage of soldiers being trained to use them. It was a follow-through after Pyongyang ignored its warnings about sending more balloons carrying trash towards the South the day before. Kim said of the South's fresh broadcasts, quote, "This is a prelude to a very dangerous situation." On Monday, South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said it had detected signs that the North was installing its own loudspeakers. It added the South was not planning to operate its speakers that day, believed to be covered by the green wall seen in this video at the inter-Korean border. The South had not broadcast over the speakers since 2018 under a deal signed by the two Koreas' leaders. The broadcasts usually include world news, information about democracy, and a mix of K-pop music, and the sound is believed to travel a little over 12 miles into the north. As tensions grow on the Korean peninsula, Seoul officials said South Korea and the United States were holding talks on Monday in the South's capital on better coordinating an allied nuclear response should a war break out with Pyongyang. Meanwhile, Russian media are reporting plans by President Vladimir Putin to visit North Korea in the coming weeks. The Kremlin has stepped up ties with Pyongyang and other countries hostile to the US since the start of the Ukraine war.
Earlier this year, a secretive group of activists in South Korea quietly released a so-called smart balloon into the night sky, with a course charted over the border into reclusive North Korea. It carried a sophisticated 15-pound payload. When the group launches them, they may include mechanical leaflet dispensers, bundles of speakers, or GPS trackers. The activist group has been developing these intricate devices since 2016, with regular launches since 2022. The group has not previously discussed its activities with the media. Once or twice a month from spring to fall, when the wind blows north, they launch the balloons with an aim to go deeper into the north, dropping thousands of leaflets and blasting recordings critical of Supreme Leader Kim Jong Un in a North Korean accent. This one is saying Kim Jong Un is a traitor that opposes the people and reunification. Balloon warfare between activists like these and the North took center stage late last month when Pyongyang sent more than 1,000 balloons south, most filled with garbage and reportedly manure. Pyongyang officials said these were retaliation for a propaganda campaign by North Korean defectors and activists in South Korea. The Seoul-based activist group that flies the smart balloons is among these groups. It's known as the Committee for Reform and Opening Up of Joseon. Joseon is often used as another name for North Korea. The group was founded by a North Korean defector and now has around 30 core members. They declined to be identified, not only over worries they may face harassment from South Koreans critical of balloon activism, but also crackdowns from authorities or even reprisals by North Korean agents. This member said North Korea's recent behavior was seen as a sign the group's tactics are working.
Kim Yo Jong recently said South Korea should experience how unpleasant, how tiring it is to clean up their trash balloons. And this means North Korea is admitting that our smart balloons were scattered over large parts of their country.
In a small rented apartment in Seoul, the team uses 3D printers to build white plastic boxes and components. Most balloons contain devices pre-programmed to scatter 1,500 leaflets, 25 at a time, depending on flying conditions. Filled with hydrogen, the group's smart balloons stretch nearly 40 feet in length. Typical cargo might be 6 speakers to blast audio and 6 additional bundles, each containing a Bible and a shortwave radio. The group recently added altimeter-linked valves that prevent the balloons from going too high, which makes for a more stable flight. They estimate their balloons have a 50 to 60% success rate of going further than a dozen miles or so north of the border, with batteries that last for days. The flights are controversial in South Korea, with some residents arguing the balloons are confrontational and put them at risk. And with no way to independently verify where they land or what average North Koreans might think of the contents, it's a debate as to how effective they are. Despite all that, the committee said they have no plans to dial back their operation anytime soon.
This should never be stopped, for the sake of the North Korean people and their freedom and rights, by delivering information on freedom.